Right, I said a few people said, can you give us a walk around of the green car, the GXL, so doing a short film of that, just a walk around for you. Engine bay, so you've got your Ford steel wheels on there. That's electric aerial, that's a nice touch that I like. That interior, I've not cleaned it out today, just as it is. 78,000, about to go to 79. And that's it, that's your basket weave trim. Everything pretty clean on the seats. I've got a new carpet going in, and I've got a bit of work to do on these, the driver's seat, and there's a little nick there to do. Bit of interior work, say new carpet going in it. The radio, yeah, I could do a talk through on the radio. This is the standard, well, the original radio that came with it. It's a Blaupunkt Hamburg radio, and switch on, you get your electric aerial. Okay, normal radio, one wave,
generosity,
the radio's full.
Good looking as only a skeleton can get, good looks of keen intelligence.
So that's tuned in, and there's a little tuning screw there which you use to just lock it onto the aerial that you've got, different aerial lengths. It's to do with I think it's the standing wave, or tuning your aerial, the wavelength of your aerial to match your radio. It just helps you give a little bit of a good signal boost. That helps if you tune them in. So there's the blue point, because it's Blaupunkt. That lights up. So that's your standard radio, but this button here, okay, when you press this, that activates, it cuts the radio out. Well, doesn't cut the radio out, but it cuts the supply to the amplifier. Okay, and you get basically, I've got now access to the mp3 player, so these buttons now become fast forward and rewind on your mp3. delay as I'm scanning through the tracks now. I've got the mp3 Preachers album on. If we keep going back, the compress and hold. I'm going through Simple Minds album now. So there's my radio with mp3 built in, and then back to normal radio.
It's absolutely amazing.
So you're back there, then back to mp3, click again, boots up the mp3 player. You can hear it just growling away there. Right. So you can only go track by track on it. It's not that advanced where you can go album, but it's not a bad feature. I think mine doesn't shuffle, but so I've got 2,000 records on there, and I don't mind just slowly as I drive the car. Each time I take it out, each time I take the car out, it's always a different song playing. And it's good having an album at a time, because then when you get to like a 70s section on the memory stick, it all goes 70s, and if you lay your memory stick out on your PC the way that you want it, it's not too bad. Rather than having shuffle, I tried to get one with shuffle, but I couldn't get the module unit to have shuffle on it. So I'm going to show you the module unit now. Obviously you're going to be wondering what's going on here. Normal radio playing mp3. Well, what I've done, took the radio out, and there's you can cut into the amplifier, and basically this button, I've put a micro switch at the back inside the radio, little micro switches. I can put diagrams on the YouTube at another time, but for now I'll just explain it verbally. Little micro switch behind that one, micro switch behind this one, and that one, so all three of those got micro switch. This micro switch is a lock-in type, so when you press in once it locks in position, you press it again and it unlocks. That's a toggle. These are momentary ones, so you press and release, press and release. And what I've done with those two micro switches, the wires from them come out and they go to this module here, which I'll now show you. You've got to lift the clip off the glove box, and there is a module. Now it's a off-the-shelf item. It's designed for background music in supermarkets and stuff like that, and for amusement park rides and things where you want a continuous loop of songs playing. This takes a USB stick. I've got an 8 gig stick in there at the moment with all my songs on it. Can put an SD card in it as well if you wanted. You can see the buttons on the front. I can't remember what that mode button's for, but anyway, what happens with this is as soon as 12 volts is applied to it, it starts playing the songs up from where it last left off. So if you had 2,000 songs, at least that way, when you keep getting in and out of your car, you're not going to be always at the beginning of the track. So I had to choose one which had a memory where it resumes where it last played, even when the power's disconnected to it, because it's got a flash memory on it. So you can pull the 12 volts off, it knows where it was last time. As soon as the 12 volts is applied, it continues playing that song. And that could be 2 months down the line, you'll always end up back on the track you left the car at, which is, I thought was good. So the jack out, audio out, so you can see your 12 volt power lead going in there, then there's a jack out, and also I've got the fast forward buttons on it as well. So the controls on there are just fast forward and rewind, or track skip and track reverse, and they go to that unit there on those micro switches basically. The audio out from this goes through the toggle switch, and the toggle switch controls the input to the amp, and that's all that happens. So each time I press that end toggle switch on the radio, it sends the audio signal through the amp, disconnects the radio signal, and then vice versa. When you press it again, reconnects the radio signal internally and disconnects the mp3. So that's how it works, and it's quite a good little system. When you're bored with your tracks, you just pull out that disc there, that little USB stick, and put another stick in. You can leave sticks in the car with full albums on, and then just, if you're in a different mood, obviously, as you would at a CD system. So that's quite neat, and that's explaining it easier than typing it all up. So that fits away in there nicely. I can get it without having to drop the lid down. I can pull that stick out. You could put the stick somewhere else, I guess, but that seemed to be the best place to put the player for me. So up that goes. There we are, still on Simple Minds. Okay, so that's that explained. Also, another touch I did, inside here you've got a little 3.5 jack which you can put your iPod on and it'll override everything and just run straight signal through. So you can just, I've got the lead here like that, connect that jack socket into there, cuts the radio out, and now this can the other end of this can connect into your iPhone or iPlayer, or if you've got a friend with you and they want their songs on and don't want it, and no one's got a USB stick but they've got their iPod, you can just connect straight on to that. If you've got a jack socket, anything with a jack socket, pull it out and the MP3 will come back on. So that's another little touch. I thought that was handy. It's all nicely built in. You don't see it. It looks original. It cost about 40 quid to do. Maybe not even that. I think the unit was 25. The relays were 5 quid. Some cables, and that's about it. And the Hamburg unit is pretty good. It's pretty loud. Let me just get. I mean, it's not bang on quality, but it's pretty good. What I've also done is in the headline in here by my right ear, just about there's a little tweeter. Just before I did the headline, and I put a tweeter in and run the cable down the B post there and then away into the front of the car, and connected that to this with a capacitor just to filter out the bass, so you just get treble sound coming out, the tweeter sounds coming out, the high frequency sounds on both sides as well. So there's one there and one there. That just brings the sound in more into the car. It gives you a little bit extra effect, and again, that's nice and discreet. So there we go. Back to the radio. Back to your radio. Radio 4.
Here reading the weekend papers. Money.
And I like that crackly sound. I like that fading in and out sound. Takes you back to the 70s. It's just great.
Have one.
So I don't like those copy radios they've got that are made to look like this. I looked at them first and didn't like them. That's why I come up with this idea. So that's that. That's the car. Got some new switches on there. They're a nice thing to get if you can ever find them. Just they always seem to fade. Those. So yeah, that's it. The only thing I need to do, the clock's not keeping the right time. I've adjusted it, but it still needs adjusting. Little screw at the back. Take the dash out and just tweak this little screw at the back. It's one of those annoying jobs you never get round to doing. So that's it for the car, for the inside. I've showed you the MP3, and I'll upload this now. So quite a few people were asking, show us the green car. So there we have it. End of done, and job done.